Ben, a 2-1 win here today against Charlton under 21's. What's your assessment of that today?
It was just, we thank them for having us down. It was just a good workout for us. Obviously, we haven't got a game this weekend. We didn't want it to be. It was going to be such a long period of time before playing the last league match to playing the FA Trophy game that we wanted to try and get something else into the boys. So yeah, we're grateful they invited us down. It was a good workout. Boys got minutes, and that's what we needed today.
As you were saying, just about to take on the next point about how you were saying about, is that the point of today, just minutes in the tank and to build on into next Saturday?
Yeah, look, you can always work on things. We looked at a couple of different shapes as I was playing, but yeah, it was really the boys that have been playing all the time didn't really need the minutes too much, but that was to keep them, just because when you go a 2-game period, learning actually from the COVID time, it actually doesn't help you by having that break. So wanting to make sure that we have still playing a competitive game, and then obviously boys coming back from injuries that needed it. Some other boys that are sort of been in and out of the team as well, needing the minutes as well. So yeah, all in all, it was just for the whole squad. It wasn't just for specific players, but we brought all the senior boys. Everyone that could play was here doing it, and we got some good things out of the game.
I think that was the first time we've seen Connor Lawless since, I believe, Oldham away. 45 minutes in the tank for him. That's just going to be stepping up his recovery now.
Yeah, so Connor's, we missed him as well because we think he's a brilliant young little player. We really want to try and keep him fit between now and the end of the season because he played really well away at Oldham, really well, sort of getting into his stride. And then it was the game after, we had the FA Cup game at Bracknell. Felt okay after that, but had a little bit of a thing in his hamstring that it got worse during that week. So we've been without him for quite a few weeks. Freddie's been out for a few weeks as well. He played out there today as well, got some minutes in the tank as well. So yeah, for them two boys especially, but David Longking's got to build his fitness up as well, just coming back from any injury he had, and even when he played, he was really struggling to play the next game, to try and help him. And then there's been some other boys that have been out of the side, not getting the minutes by playing on a Saturday. So they needed it today as well. But yeah, like you're saying, it's great to have Connor back out there, great to have Freddie back out there, and and Hilly and Paige are both back now. Paige is joining in training, Hilly's back out running, and hoping he's going to be able to join in the start of next week in training and stuff like that. So a couple more positives on the injury front, with 2 boys coming back in the fold today and getting some minutes, and 2 being quite close to joining in fully as well.
So with them 4, do you think we'll be seeing any involvement from them in the FA Trophy game next weekend?
Well, we certainly hope now. Connor and Freddie, they're obviously further forward for the fact that they played today, so we certainly hope that they will be able to be in and around it for next week. And then just with Paige and Hilly, we just have to see how it is. Paige is slightly ahead of Hilly because he's been out with the boys this week, but with everything they do, as they start stepping up and doing more and more, it's just we need to get them to the point where we're allowed to integrate them into training where they're just training normally. So we're hopeful that's going to happen with both of them next week, and if that does, then they'll both be in and around it for selection for the FA Trophy game. I'd definitely say Connor and Freddie would be yeses right now, all being well next week. Paige would probably be closer than Hilly, but then I know Hilly's characteristics as well. When he come back and played that first game back at the Barnet one, he had hardly trained and he wanted to be back out there. So it'd just be us making a decision as a group, seeing how he looks, if he might manage to get back out training. But look, he's been a big miss as well, so we want him back in and around the group.
Just finally, you mentioned there about some of the boys not getting minutes. Is that a nice problem now as a manager to have, that you've now got this squad which is only a couple of injuries away from being completely fully fit?
Yeah, it's been. Look, and I don't think we're the only team. I have to say that, but I feel like it's been this has been as mad as I've known it for injury-wise. Even when we've been playing games the last few weeks, it's felt like nothing having 4 or 5 boys out, because we had one period where there were 7 or 8 players out. But I've said it since the start of the season. Truthfully, what I had in my mind is everyone fit, what the team I want to pick at the start of the season. I haven't been able to play it once yet. Just been had different phases with different boys being out. At the start of the season, obviously people like Ryan Hill being out of the team and Tavs being out, and then they started to come back, and then obviously we had everything that happened with Innie, and that led into injuries to Eastman and people like that. And then closer now, we're certainly closer to where we want to be in terms of boys being back out there, and look, that leads to tough decisions in terms of boys playing. And also, when I'm having to select a match day squad now, some people might be saying, well, how comes that person's not involved or whatever, but I haven't been able to do that. Each game we've played so far this season, pretty much, I would say 95% of them has been default. The squad that's available has been the one that's selected, so some weeks I'm going to leave people out and they're going to be disappointed with it. And I think that's our job as a coaching staff, the ones that are left out of the group, to speak to them individually, chat to them about it, why the reasons are. It happened a little bit where Sydney Ibe wasn't making it in the matchday squad, and we allowed him to go out on loan to get the game time that he needed to go to Averley. And and then these things happen in football. I can't select everyone. That's the reason you have a squad, but we have been quite bare throughout the season. So the fact that you're saying there, we're really close to having nearly everyone back, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, will lead into obviously, there are moments where I'm having to leave people out, but also having a stronger group training wise, which I felt like picked up a few weeks ago. And look, that's the reason we have the squad. We've got the boys that are coming in, challenging each other and challenge each other each day. And if you're not training well, if you're not playing well, then you're not going to get into the side. So I see them train every single day. The ones that are training the best will be the ones involved in the matchday squad and then around it for the games.